Hello students, today's topic is active and passive voice. First, let's understand what is voice. Voice refers to the form of a verb that shows whether the subject of a sentence performs the action or is affected by it. We have two types of voices, active voice and passive voice. Active voice. The active voice shows that the subject of a sentence performs the action, and passive voice shows that the subject of a sentence is affected by the action. But we have to remember only transitive verbs. The verbs which have an object have the passive voice. Now we have to learn how to change active voice into passive voice. When a sentence changes from the active voice to the passive voice, the following changes take place. The object of the passive voice becomes the subject in the passive voice, and the subject of the active voice becomes the object, and the preposition by is used before it. And in passive voice, we need an appropriate form of be. Here I have written 4 forms of be. First form is ismr, second is was were, third form is been, and fourth form is being. They are used according to the tenses. In the passive voice, we always use the third form of the verb. The pronouns change in the following way. Subject and object. I becomes me, we, us, you, he, him, she, her, it, and they, them. When we change active voice into passive voice, what is to be done? First, we have to write down the object, then form of be according to the tense, then third form of the verb, then by, and at last subject. Students, today we are going to understand simple present tense. So for this, form of be is mr. When we change from active voice to passive voice, we have to use is mr. Let's understand it from the examples. Mother writes a letter. Mother is the doer, that is subject. Writes, that is verb. A letter, that is receiver, object. The formula is, first we have to write down object, then form of be. After that, third form of the verb, then by, then subject. This is the subject, verb, then this is the object. First we have to write down object. Object is a letter. Then after that we have to write down form of be. Form of be is because the subject is here singular. Then third form of the verb, writes. The third form of the verb, writes, is written. Then by, and at last the subject, mother. Answer is, a letter is written by my mother. Second one is, my friends help me. My friends, they are the doer, verb. Help, this is the verb. Sorry, this is the subject, verb. Then this is the object. So first we have to write down object. Object is me. When we change the position, it will become I. With I, we have to use am. Then third form of the verb, help, helped. After that, we have to write down by, then the subject, my friends. Now the passive sentence is, I am helped by my friends. Now look at third one, they pluck flowers. They, this is the subject, pluck, verb, then flowers, object. So first we have to write down object, flowers. After flowers, form of be, flowers is plural. With this we have to use are. Then third form of the verb, plucked, then by. When we change the position, they becomes them. Then the answer is, flowers are plucked by them. Now look at fourth one, Rita makes tea. Rita is subject. This is the verb. This is the object. First we have to write down object, that is tea. Then form of be is. Third form of the verb, made, then by, and at last subject. They play football. They, this is the subject. Play, verb. Football, object. First we have to write down object, football. After that, form of be is. Then third form of the verb, played. Then by, and they becomes here them. The answer is football is played by them. Students, I hope this is clear to you. Thank you.